It's not only the big developers that can make for holiday home hell. Here in Cyprus, Brits who thought they were buying brand new luxury villas from a small building company found they'd been well and truly conned.
All of a sudden we're left basically with a building site which is overgrown, £48,000 pretty much wasted. We're absolutely devastated by the whole situation.
If you lose £3,000 or £4,000 to a dodgy car dealer in England, you write it off. But you can't afford to write £50,000 or £60,000 off.
This overgrown building site should have 9 luxury villas on it, but it doesn't. And this is the man to blame. British developer Ian Beaumont, managing director of J&I Estates Limited. In 2004, Dave Goodman bought a 3-bedroom holiday home in Paphos off-plan.
It was absolutely stunning views, and we really couldn't wish for anything else. The opportunity to become a homeowner in Cyprus was so appealing.
He paid £48,000 to Ian Beaumont, who told him the villa would be built a year later. Alan and Rosemary Mackay decided to buy on the same site.
We just wanted a new beginning, really. And, you know, we've done our bit with our children and everything else. We wanted to move on and have a bit for us.
They went to Beaumont's office to talk through the deal.
Ian's manner was...
It
was fantastic.
Very professional.
It's very professional, everything about him. It was. And we got sucked in.
We reached a stage where we paid him £61,000. For the first 5 or 6 weeks of the project, nothing happened, but then, you know, he said he's waiting for steel and he's waiting for this. And this goes on for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months.
And when they visited the site, their worries grew worse.
After 6 months, there is nothing going on this plot of land. At least something should have been going, but there wasn't.
Dave Goodman demanded an explanation from Ian Beaumont.
He pretty much reassured us everything was fine. There were planning issues and various development issues, but we thought we could overcome them.
Finally, as promised, diggers did arrive on site.
We actually came round and witnessed it.
Yeah.
And it was quite exciting, really. We thought, at long last, he started.
But as quickly as they moved in, they moved out. The Mackays wanted their money back. To their surprise, Ian Beaumont agreed.
Driving up here one day on our way back from Tempinbol, and I got caught in traffic just about here. And we're waiting for the traffic lights to turn green, and Rosemary said, "Oh, there's Ian Beaumont." And he ran over to the car, knocked on the window, and we rolled down the window, and he went, "Hi guys, I have your cheque." He said, "You will have your money in your bank within 72 hours. And we went, "Great." He said, "See ya, bye." And that was, and 72 hours later, 72 weeks later, still no money.
Alan and Rosemary would soon discover that they weren't alone. Ian Beaumont had conned 50 others out of an estimated £3 million.
At the beginning, we thought that we were the only stupid people, but you realise that we're not stupid, and neither are these other people.
Coming up.
This is definitely, you know, if I'd have seen this, I certainly wouldn't have been doing any business with him.
This building site near Paphos in Cyprus is owned by developer Ian Beaumont of J&I Estates. He took deposits totalling £3 million from would-be holiday homeowners, but then failed to build anything. Alan Mackay was one of those buyers left in the lurch.
In my heart, after 12 months, I realised the money had gone, and the chances of getting it back were very, very, very little. But it's not in my nature to give up. I just can't do it.
He tracked Beaumont down on a website advertising biking holidays in the Czech Republic.
We knew that he spent a lot of time in Czechoslovakia, and we knew that eventually he would do a runner. It was just a question of when, really.
But Beaumont made a surprise move. He invited all the unhappy customers to a meeting at the Arden Hotel in Birmingham. More than 50 people turned up to find out where the £3 million they'd paid him had gone.
I am here. It was a speculation, but I wasn't going to tell you. I was going to do a run, or I'm not going to do a run, and I am here. What is your cash position? Our cash position is not good at the moment. The cash resources at the moment stands at about 180,000 Cyprus pounds, so just over 200,000.
We just couldn't believe that there was very little money left after so much money had been paid in.
I am not a crook. I don't want to run away with your money. Hey, I am here for the duration and I want to sort it out.
But that, like everything else he promised, was a lie. He disappeared along with all their money. Buyer Dave Goodman then turned private detective to uncover secrets about Ian Beaumont's past.
Absolutely amazed. I just cannot believe this.
Beaumont had been convicted of a £450,000 fraud in Kuwait a decade earlier. He'd been sentenced to 5 years in jail.
This is definitely Ian. There's absolutely no doubts about that. You know, if I'd have seen this, I certainly wouldn't have been doing any business with him. The guy's still on the run, and we need to bring him back to Paphos to face justice.
We asked Ian Beaumont for an interview. At first he agreed, but then he never responded when we gave him the date. So for now, the buyers are left with nothing.
It's such a sham, because this was the dream, really, for the future, for ourselves and the family.
It's really upsetting, isn't it, Dad? There should be 9 houses on here, there should be families living here, there should be people using it as holidays, and people living on site, and the swimming pool, and the sauna, and the jacuzzi, and everything we were all promised.